Hey guys, so I know it's been 6 months since my last video, and I can only apologise. Life's been busy. I don't know how other content creators do it, to be honest. I've barely enough time to record stuff and write any new music, let alone sit down and do a video, but here we are. I've kind of been mulling something over for a while and wanted to talk about it today. So since I started working on the song which I've now titled Kiss the Sun, basically I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked into another project because I've been spitting out songs in Suno, old demos, and this one just for whatever reason really grabbed me. So I produced it in Ableton. Most of this is new instrumentation. The only thing in it that isn't original is basically the bass and drums. But anyway, I'll give you a little flavour of the song. So basically this bass line, this is the original AI stem along with the drums.
I love my powerful
and then everything else I've basically overlaid. The synths, the vocal obviously, and I've actually put some live guitars in which weren't necessarily in the original track, so got a whole load of guitars here. Got a kind of a bit of an 80s retro nostalgia vibe going on. Slightly cheesy, I know, but it just felt like it had a bit of a vibe, so what can I say? Anyway, I digress. I think the only other bit of AI stuff in it was this guitar here. Great one, Suno. Nice guitar line, but sounds better with a real deal, doesn't it? Anyway, At Your Feet got some pretty good response. I had track of the week on Hope FM. I don't know what I was thinking with that hit thing there. And I put out a chord sheet. But still, it was a great tune, and I think it was worth doing just to see how easy it would be to produce a song from Suno stems. So I was on a bit of a roll after At Your Feet, and I thought, I'll stick Homecoming through Suno and just see what it comes out with. I think I asked it to do a hard trance mix, and it came out with this banger of a tune. And I recorded this in Logic. Sorry, Ableton guys. Originally I recorded Homecoming in Logic, and it was just easier to just drop in the new stuff. So here we've got a whole load of my vocals. I'll give you a little bit of a flavour of the song. So just to talk you through the stems, we got Suno bass, Suno synth, Suno drums. There's the bass. And there's a whole load of vocals going on here. I'll just stop it for a minute so you can hear what I'm talking about. But there's a whole load of vocals. My vocals, my backing vocals. I got this wonderful backing vocalist called Crea Mackenzie to do BVs. She did an amazing job. Let's just solo that bit. Welcoming me is your love. Lovely. Basically, in the original, I had a whole load of sax going on, which I didn't use, so I dropped some of that in as well. And there's actually some real drums as well. My buddy Rob, thank you, Rob. So there's quite a lot going on. Obviously, there isn't AI, and there's quite a lot going on that is. So I'd say, unlike the last track, which is like had two stems, bass and drums, which are AI, and maybe a little bit of guitar. This one, maybe it's 50-50. It's probably leaning quite heavily onto AI, but it's a bit of a tune, isn't it? So I thought, let's just release it. Let's mix it down, master it, release it. I always released, well, the last few years I've been with Wings Access. They're a Christian and gospel music distribution platform. Sounds great, doesn't it? Went through Wings Music to release through all the stuff filled out, and then it seemed to be like stalling on one thing. And I think it was something to do with the fact that there was a remix, and I hadn't credited the remixer properly, so I tried a few times. Eventually, they got in contact. So, hi Michael, we noticed that your recently uploaded release Homecoming is missing more and more of the required credits. As per updates DSP guidelines, streaming services now require all releases to include the following: performer, composer, songwriter, lyricist, producer, blah blah blah. And I thought I'd put all of these in. Basically, they got in contact again. We noticed your recently uploaded release Homecoming looks like contain remixed audio. As such, we are required to correctly credit remixes and artist names. Blah blah blah. And as per DSP's style guide, any slowed down, sped up, or remixed content must have a remix accredited. So I responded, hi guys, thanks for the clarification. I remixed it myself with some help from Suno. It's Suno stems with the original vocals and additional sax parts overlaid. The original mix was by St. Louis, aka St. Louis of LZ7 fame. Shout out to St. Louis. And hence the home run mix subtitle. If you could add any required information, that'd be great, as I'm away from my computer this weekend. Kind regards, Michael. Anyway, what came back was, hi Michael, thanks for your reply. While we understand artists may use AI creatively, we do not accept AI-generated submissions, particularly those imitating real human voices or instruments due to legal and distribution platform restrictions. Our terms and conditions state that we reserve the right to reject any submission created wholly or partially with AI. If AI artifacts such as unnatural vocals, timing issues, or synthetic distortions are detected, the release will be rejected during our delivery team's review process. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. All the best. Now, they didn't actually it feels like it was a bit of a blanket we're not going to submit it because it's AI. But it's not just AI, there's quite a bit of human in there as well, I thought. And they haven't really pointed out what the specific issue is, if there is one. I don't know if they've got some software that's picked up on some artifacts, or maybe I think the track maybe drifts slightly, I'm not sure, timing-wise. But yeah, I don't think it's very equitable, especially if you go to their FAQs, which state here, can I release AI created music? While it is understandable that the modern artists may use AI to assist them in their production, we will not deliver content that includes completely AI vocals. Fair. The most important thing for us is that artists are not trying to mimic a real voice or the voice of another person through AI, which I haven't. So yeah, I was a little bit TO'd, if I'm honest. I think my initial response was, okay, thanks for clarification. I'll replace those stems with real instrumentation in that case and try again. In the meantime, I deleted the release, but I was a bit hacked off, and I did say, in my defence, your FAQs need to be more clear on this. So basically, spoke to some friends who've also been releasing music for a few years, and they suggested, well, one of them is on DistroKid, and one of them had been on DistroKid before moving to Wings, and they suggested, hey, try DistroKid because they don't seem to have a problem with AI stuff. So I moved to DistroKid for this release, and it just got delayed a couple of weeks. Anyway, this put me in a bit of a quandary because I also found when submitting some of my tracks to radio stations, some of them had some interesting pushback. And so please, this is a UCB. Please be aware also that due to our desire to honour musicians, writers and composers who have been spending many years developing their God-given talents, we do not accept music that has been written or generated by artificial intelligence. This covers AI-generated music and synthetic vocals. Ooh. I don't think my songs actually even got through their panel, but there's an interesting another road bump that I'm kind of thinking, gosh, is this whole AI thing worth it? It's a funny thing, isn't it? Because I mean, in my day job, I work with imagery, web design, and we are wholeheartedly embracing AI because it saves so much time. It's even coding now, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. But yeah, there's such pushback with the music community, and I was like, well, you know, whatever. It's a quite easy entry for anyone wanting to make music, so what's the problem? It wasn't until I saw a video from Brett Ostrander, and he was talking about how they basically have a similar thing in Nashville where people are coming to them as producers with a Suno song, and rather than giving them room to kind of, you know, be a bit more expressive as musicians, they're like, I want exactly like the Suno mix. And I kind of wouldn't have had a problem with that until something happened in my day job. Basically, we were working with a client on a redesign of their website. Basically, they came up with a rebrand idea through ChatGPT, and it was really good. And I was like, dang, the computer's actually done it better than me. And it was quite a watershed moment because I kind of realised, do you know what? If the computer do it, then why do you need me, kind of thing. And I kind of got a bit of an insight into how those Nashville session musicians might feel. And just going forward, I'm like, if AI is going to cause this many road bumps in my releasing music, is it worth it? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I have to say, the Kiss Your Son song, which I originally started doing videos about, is still in production. Got my buddy to do drums. However, it's taken some time, and we're talking 6 months down the line, and it's still not released. I'm getting it mixed as we speak, and to be fair, this hasn't been. I've not paid session musicians. These are buddies, so you can't be like, hey buddy, where's my mix? Because it's kind of rude if they're doing it for free. So I'm kind of wondering, with my next tune, do I just forget Suno and just produce the song by myself? Maybe I need that challenge creatively, to not lean into AI and actually be a bit more creative myself. That's the challenge, but it takes time. So we'll see. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment, and hopefully it won't be another 6 months till I drop a video, because I want to get this song released, and there will be a video about that process. Okay, cheers.